Good morning, friends. In part 18, we have seen the role of appreciation in reducing stress. We have also seen that appreciation should be given in open and criticism should be given one to one in person so that it will have the desirable effect. Also, when you have to give some constructive criticism, you begin with appreciating the good points so that the mind is receptive to various constructive criticisms which we may offer later. Now, in this part 19, we will see the role of humor in reducing stress and tension. Humor is a very powerful weapon, but please remember it is a two-sided sword, sharpened on both sides. It has to be meticulously used and timing and without hurting anyone. That kind of humor brings changes at three levels. One is at the physical level. The first and foremost is it relaxes the muscles because the opposite of effect is anger. When you are angry, you feel that your muscles are tightened, gets rigid, whereas the humor produces relaxation in muscles. It also increases the immunity hormones and reduces the stress level. It also reduces the pain in the body to a considerable extent. At the mental level, it reduces anxiety and tension, and also it gives a good mood and overcomes whatever the anger which is just coming out. It suppresses the same because it brings a overall joyous efforts in you. And at this social level, it helps us to build our relationships, increases the effort as a team, it improves teamwork, and also it attracts others to work as a team and reduces conflict to a considerable extent. That is why these days even laughter is considered as a stimulated therapy. Stimulated laughter is considered as a therapy, and you find in parks early morning many people will join together and they will stimulate themselves to a laughing situation with some physical exercise including loud laughing, because laughter brings tremendous changes in the physical, mental, and psychological level. But there are varieties of humor available. But what we have to remember, or what we are going to discuss today, is that when we said it is a powerful weapon, there are two important categories which needs to be focused. The one is sarcastic humor, and number two is humor on self. Now let us see these two categories in particular. Number one is sarcastic humor. In sarcastic humor, there is a hidden agenda inside. This kind of sarcastic humor, no doubt bring it will bring happiness, but the person who is the target of this sarcastic humor will always feel hurt. The other day, an old relative of us died, and we went to pay our last respect. Some few persons were sitting outside, and I was going with the eldest member of the family, who is around 87 years old. And the moment we reached, one old man sitting there, he said, "We were just talking about you." And the eldest member who was coming with me anxiously looked at him. "What?" He said, "Now only two people are left, you and another person." Now, this is what is called sarcastic humor, because though few people smiled, the timing at that point was not taken in the correct spirit. So, sarcastic humor, many of us, 90% of us, we use sarcastic humor many times. In fact, an husband and wife had a quarrel on the previous day, and both of them were not talking. So, they were going to the office in the car. On the way, a herd of buffaloes crossed the road, and so they were held up in the middle of the road. In order to break the ice, the husband said, "See, your relatives are causing so much trouble." And the wife immediately retorted, "Yes, yes, they are my in-laws." So this is a sarcastic humor which has got an inner objective inside. But many times people resort to humor on the self. But humor on the self will bring the desired results, because nobody is hurt, and whatever has to be conveyed, it has been conveyed, and it brings laughter. But humor on self also needs to be very sparingly used, because too much of humor on the self, it brings inferiority complex within the self. Because if you see, most of the people who take up the role of comedy in movies, if you see their personal life, they are not personally very happy, because happiness is only a state of mind, and it is only one aspect of our life, and but it brings a tremendous change in others. That is why in those days, when circus was very famous, you find a person who is versatile and who knows all the tricks in the circus will be the most popular artist. That is the joker. The role of a joker we all know, because it brings happiness when we see them performing different roles. And at the same time, we have also seen that many of the movies which they claim as 100% totally humorous, they fail to succeed because humor cannot be 100% of our life. So, humor and happiness, it is required to reduce the negative effect of other emotional factors which increases negative energies like anger, frustration, anxiety, tension, and all such things. But many times, spontaneous humor brings a very apt atmosphere. In fact, there was an argument between husband and wife. The wife said, "You don't know my value." And the husband said, "Don't think I don't know your value. You are like a new 2000 rupees note. Neither it can be changed nor it can be kept." These kind of spontaneous humor, it touches upon the current situation and it brings the armor of humor outside. So, for reducing stress and tension, humor and smile plays a very important role. If used in a proper sense and proper way without hurting the sentiments or the feelings or the belief of people, it brings the desired results. Now, so far in this talk, we have seen about the positive aspect of happiness and the positive aspect of appreciation, encouragement, motivation, and all such factors. Now we will see the negative aspects of emotions. The first and foremost is unhappiness. So, in part 20, we shall see about the role of unhappiness and the connected negative factors like fear, failure, anger, guilt, and worry. Thank you very much. Have a good day.